Everybody, thank you so much for clicking on my video to watch. So for today's video, I did a full face of CoverGirl makeup. They recently became completely cruelty free. I'm sure you guys have seen all the advertisements everywhere. I believe where they first announced it was on their Instagram. It was this huge announcement and everybody is talking about it right now. They are a huge brand. They have been one of my favorite brands for many years now. They make a huge impact in what they do because they are so big. So it's really exciting that they decided to be completely cruelty free. Hopefully other brands will follow in their footsteps. But I've been seeing many cruelty-free makeup artists and YouTubers now make videos using CoverGirl products, bringing attention to the fact that CoverGirl is now cruelty-free. So I wanted to go ahead and make my own video, show you guys some of my favorite CoverGirl products. And then I also picked up some new ones the other day, so you kind of get my first impressions on those. But yeah, I did a complete full face using their products. They have amazing products. Yeah, before we get on to the video, please don't forget to subscribe. Click that little bell beside the subscribe button. That way you guys get notified every time I upload a new video. Also be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to know how I got this look and the products that I chose to use, then please just keep watching. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my primer. This one I just bought yesterday, so I have never used this. This is their True Blend Base Business Skin Primer, and I got the illuminating one. There was a skin smoothing one, a redness one, and one other one I think, but I got this illuminating one. So I'm just going to squeeze some directly onto my face and blend it with my fingers. It's actually kind of on the thick side. It's not runny at all. Oh yeah, it's definitely on the thick side. I can feel it. It actually feels like a moisturizer, which I really like. It does have a sheen to it. Hopefully that'll peek through my foundation because that would be really pretty. It actually smells really good. I don't know how to describe it, but it has a little bit of a sweet scent to it. That primer really did make my skin super soft and glowy, so I'm happy with that so far. Next, I got one of their eyebrow pencils, and this is the Easy Breezy Brow Micro Fine and Define Pencil. I got the shade Rich Brown. I have pretty dark eyebrows, so I'm hoping this shade will match me. I've also never tried any of their eyebrow products, so I'm excited to try this. I got pencil because I really like to use pencils. They did have a palette with powders, so they do have variety, but I went with the pencil. It has a spoolie on the end. It has a really thin tip, which I really like on a pencil. This is kind of looks like a little circle, but I think I can use the edge to make pretty good strokes. So we will see. It definitely matches my eyebrows. That's pretty easy to work with, so I'm glad that I chose this one. So I just went ahead and cleaned them up a little bit. Now I'm just gonna brush my brow hairs upwards because that's how I like them to look. The shade's actually not too bad. My brows are pretty dark. I usually don't like them this dark. And then also the eyebrow pencil crumbled a little bit in some spots, but it's not that noticeable. Next, I'm gonna put on my favorite foundation by them. This is the Ready Set Gorgeous foundation. I have been using this for years now. I've gone through probably over 20 bottles of this. I love it so much. It gives such a nice, I would say matte finish, but not too matte. And it just stays on your skin all day long and makes it look so smooth. So I can't get enough of this foundation. I love it so much. And I would say it's pretty full coverage too. Next, I'm going to try out a new concealer. To me, this is not new in their collection, but I've never tried it before, so I picked up the Outlast All Day Soft Touch Concealer. I got the shade Fair. I saw Fair and Light next to each other in the tube, and they looked pretty similar, so I went with Fair, just because I do like a highlighted look underneath my eyes. I didn't want to risk getting one too dark. I also really like the look of this one. It comes in a little squeezy tube, and I was most intrigued by this concealer that they have, so that's why I bought this one. It has a twist off cap, and it looks like you just squeeze it out. Okay, I'm glad I got this shade. I'm not sure what coverage this gives, so I'm just gonna put on quite a bit of it. Blends out really nicely. It definitely has good coverage, that's for sure. And it spreads out a long way, so I could have used a lot less than I did. But I normally like to put on a lot of concealer anyways. This part I'm actually really excited about. I think this is the last thing I bought, or second to last thing I bought. I got the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Powder, and this is in Translucent Fair. I didn't know they had loose powder. I've been really enjoying them lately, so I'm really excited to try out this one. Now, I wouldn't exactly say that this is translucent. Oh, well, it says translucent fair, so I guess it's meant to have a little bit of a color tint. That is what the shade looks like. I really like the packaging that it's in. It comes with a puffer. This is what the puff looks like. It looks like a little faux sheepskin or something. So I might as well try this puffer out while I use the powder. It even has directions right on the powder to tell you exactly how to use it. I definitely will say I do not like that smell. I'll try and get over it. I'm gonna go in with the puff and see how it works. I've never seen a puff with fur on it, like as fuzzy as this, so it's a little bit interesting. Seems to be working pretty good. It's actually really, really easy to use. Besides the smell, I really like that powder. It looks like it smoothed out my skin pretty good. So another successful loose powder. I've collected quite a bit of these by now. I used to not use loose powder. I've just been starting to love it. So for the rest of my face, I actually have this palette, which I have used lots of times in the past in videos and over on Instagram. So this is the True Blend Serving Sculpt palette in the shade 510. I'm going to use all 3 of these because I actually love the whole entire palette. This bronzer is so good. So I'm first just going to take that bronzer everywhere. Next, I'm going to take the highlight in this palette. I like to use a fan brush with this one just because it's pretty glittery. Fan brush gives off less pigmentation and doesn't pick up so much glitter than my other brushes, so that's why I like to use this one. And then I just kind of flick away excess glitter and it ends up looking like a really, really pretty highlight. When I first used this, I was actually scared of it because of how glittery it looked, but I actually really, really like this highlighter and just how pretty it looks. All right, now I'm gonna put on a little bit of this blush. The whole palette is good, which usually never happens. I can never get a full palette where I like every single shade, especially with face palettes. But this one really came through. So this blush is actually really pigmented, so I'll try and blow a lot of it off after I pick it up on the brush. Next, moving on to the eyes, I actually have quite a bit of CoverGirl eyeshadow palettes, but I picked this one up just a couple days ago, and this one is their Chocoholic palette, which I've really been wanting. I've used this one quite a bit already. It's their Sunsets palette, so I think I'll pass on this one. And then this one is their Dazed palette. I got this for a really colorful look. I just wanted to grab a really pigmented pop of color, then I would go to that. I want to go for more of a smoky eye because this palette just screams smoky eye to me. This palette actually smells like chocolate. Like really, really good. It smells like a rich chocolate. That smells delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna first take this cream shade and just put it all over my eye just to set the base. And I already know that I love these eyeshadows since I already have a couple of their palettes. Oh my gosh, this palette smells so, so good. Next, I'm gonna take a fluffy crease brush. This one is the 205 Luxie one. And I'm gonna take this shade next. Pop that right into my crease and just make it really smoky. This palette was only $11, by the way, and the shadows are really good. They blend so easily. Really, really easy to work with. When I get to the outer corner, I just do a big circle motion so it kind of blends together and makes that smoky effect. That is a really nice brown shade. I will be going to that a lot more often. I'm gonna try and drag this shade underneath my lower lash line as well. This shade looks like it's brown but has a tint of burgundy in it, so I'm just gonna swatch it. Pretty unique brown. So I'm gonna use that on the outer corners of my eyes. I'm just gonna take a smaller Luxie crease brush to do that. I'm just gonna kind of focus it right here on the outer corners, but just right in the crease and not drag it above where I put the other brown shade. That way if I just put it here, it'll just create a little bit more dimension, and then you can kind of see both shades. Then if I just blended it up where the other brown is, then it would kind of just mesh together, but I kind of want both shades to show. I am really liking this palette. Also, I feel like it would be a really good holiday smoky palette because there's some gold glittery green in here and deeper burgundy colors, and it just looks really pretty. Also just gonna take a little bit of this right on the outer corner of my lower lash line. I'm gonna take this shade next and put it on the rest of my lid, just on the open space here. So I just took some on my finger. Usually shimmery shades apply the most pigmented using your finger, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, that was so easy. I'm super impressed with this palette. This one is definitely my favorite so far. I love that Sunsets palette one. That one was my favorite before this one came along. I do love them all, but this one is really taking the cake because it just has all my kinds of shades in here. Okay, I'm gonna go into the Sunsets palette really quickly because I want to use this gold shade in here just to put a little bit extra pop. I think I'll put it on the inner corners and maybe drag it onto my lid just a little bit. Okay, I'm super happy with how the eyes turned out. Those eyeshadows are so good. I actually realized I did not have any eyeliner from CoverGirl and I forgot to pick one up. So I went ahead and used a different one. So that's literally the only thing that I use. It's not CoverGirl, so I didn't include it. But I am going to go in with mascara now. This is the CoverGirl Flourish by Lash Blast Mascara. It's my favorite one by them that I've tried so far. I'm just going to curl my lashes with this. I might put on false eyelashes because I did a smoky eye and CoverGirl doesn't make false lashes. So I feel like that is a fair cheat if I did that. This mascara really is so good on its own. It makes your lashes so long and it separates them just perfectly. Some mascaras, well, a lot of them actually clump up your lashes, but this one definitely does not do that. Last we have lips. I thought I had kind of a burgundy shade, but I don't think I do. But I'm gonna open up some of these and see what they look like. I was thinking maybe if I mixed one of these with a red, it would kind of work, but we'll see. This one's definitely pink, but that is the shade. Don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm not gonna be using that one because that one is way too pink. It's probably gonna be pink too. This one is in the shade Spellbound. Pretty pink, but it's on the deeper side, so maybe it'll work. That's pink. Maybe if I just fill in my lips with this. Okay, that lipstick really stains. It looks burgundy-ish, but the shade is Mauvelicious. So we'll see how the color looks. Hopefully this one will match the eyes better. I don't know, I feel like it's pretty true to its name. No, this one's definitely on the purpley side. Okay, so I found this one. It's in a metallic finish and I didn't really want a metallic finish, but it might work. So I found the shade Getaway. Sort of what I'm looking for, not exactly, but I'm gonna try it. And I swatched it and it actually looks really pretty. It's definitely more the color I was looking for. It's super metallic. I'm actually not minding the metallic that much because it's really pretty. It doesn't look too crazy. I actually really like this. I wasn't expecting it to look this pretty. Lots of metallic lipsticks can end up looking so crazy, but I like how this one looks. I'm excited about the metallics because there's a metallic red that I have from them. I'm excited for that for the holidays. So I'm actually glad that I didn't have a burgundy and a demi matte or cream because it forced me to try out the metallic and I ended up really liking it. Well, that is it for the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. So I did end up switching my lip. I was taking pictures and I realized I kind of wanted to do a red lip with this kind of bronze eye. So I changed my mind. I already filmed my intro and my outro. So I'm redoing it because I changed my look and I put on some fake eyelashes just because I felt like it would make my eyes pop a lot more since they're so smoky. So I did pop on a cherry red lip liner from CoverGirl and then also the CoverGirl Demi Matte in the shade Worthy. These are really, really comfortable lipsticks, so I love them. Changed them to a red. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe before you leave and like this video if you did enjoy it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye! We'll be right back.